Acadiana Wrecking Rams. And glad you could join us for our second game of the night. Line drive kick. And it will be taken by Dylan Monette. Dylan Monette, the speedsters across the 30 in the Teurlings territory.
Good night.
He is a special player, and you see it right from the jump. Dylan Monette, 93 yards for the kickoff return. Touchdown.
Well, Jeff, if we had time between games, we were going to feature him, but he just featured himself. So you got a good look at Dylan Monette. He's the running back, obviously, in this Wrecking Rams offense, but also doubles as the return guy. And you talk about electric. You just saw the full package right here. And you know, not a difficult kickoff to handle, low, kind of a squibber. But I tell you what, watch this guy in the cuts and out into the open field. And right here, you can book it. Nobody on that field is going to catch him when he gets out in the open.
Extra point try coming up. It is wide left. So a great special teams play followed up by one that didn't go quite as well there for Acadiana. What a start to game 2 of our Jamboree here tonight. Matt McCulp in his second season. He's going to be loving number 1 this season. We'll be back after this.
Game Time on Your View is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone stronger, faster, better. Check out yourview.com for in-depth high school football coverage.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my blues mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, what an explosive start to game 2 of our Jamboree. Dylan Monette, 93 yards, showing off that 4.3, 4.4 speed. And the Wrecking Rams are on top here early. Landon Guidry, who's worked hard in the offseason, strengthening his leg. Good end-over-end kick. Will be taking at the 6-yard line. And are we going to have a repeat? All the way up to the 45-yard line. Well, we talked about it in the first game. Special teams, hard to duplicate in practice. That was a 38-yard return. And on the return, that was Larkin Spring. So Sammy LeBlanc, the starting quarterback for the Rebels this season, a senior. There's his numbers from a year ago. He was kind of thrown to the wolves last year, and he was also dealing with a hip injury that hampered him halfway through the season. This year he's been able to add muscle, wasn't recouping from an injury, and they feel really good about him and the skill position players around him. And on his first pass, it was nearly intercepted, but somehow it got to the receiver, Devin Chavis, who's really emerged as a go-to guy for LeBlanc during preseason camp. 4-yard pickup there.
Well, and you got to have a lot of confidence in your quarterback throwing out route 5 yards like that across the field.
A young offensive line. They're concerned about the depth there, but they like their skill position players, as I told you. Noah Fontenot's got some good hands, and Larkin Spring has got some speed in that backfield. And we see Larkin Spring there, but he was brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Zaya Adams, one of their defenders there. Last year, Acadiana allowed just 11 points a game. They Mateos Figueroa, he's one of the best defensive linemen in the area. He's a junior. Derek Bercier returns as their leading tackler. They set up the screen. Here is Spring. And Spring gets across the 50-yard line before he is brought down by Caleb Arsenault, a junior linebacker for the Wrecking Rams. A 5-yard pickup. And already 4th down here for Teurlings as you take a look at Larkin Spring, who will be a threat in the passing game this season. And looks like Teurlings will go for it.
Yeah, they got their offense out on the field.
4th down and 5 from the 50, or will they just try to draw Acadiana off sides? 13 seconds on the play clock for Sammy LeBlanc.
I think Sammy LeBlanc's going to end up punting it here. I saw a signal come in here from the coach, and I think it's going to be a pooch punt from the quarterback.
There it is. And let's see where this one ends up. And it's down at the 16, 17-yard line, and we'll finally get to see the Wrecking Rams offense after that 33-yard punt from LeBlanc.
And I really like that play, and I see more and more teams doing it. One, it gets a chance to draw the team off sides, but two, it doesn't allow the receiving team to set up with their punt return, and you get really a free shot to kind of pin them down there. Not a bad punt by Sammy LeBlanc pin him inside the 20.
Keontae Williams is back as the returning starter at quarterback for the Wrecking Rams. He's bigger, faster, and stronger this season, throws the ball well. 5'10" senior, good leader, understands the offense very well, and a nice job by Teurlings defense there. First guy there, that's R.J. Tripp. They moved him from defensive end to linebacker. He's a great tackler. Showed it off right there. There's the Rams starting offense. Taylor Loxley's had a good offseason on that offensive line. Devin Doucette was an all-district player a season ago. Dylan Monette, and then Lucky Brooks. Both of those guys in the backfield, Jeremiah Lucky Brooks, both of them are committed to Army. It tells you the kind of young men they are. Nothing happening there on the dive play. Pickup of a yard or two for Lucky Brooks. And it's quickly 3rd down here for Acadiana. Let's take a look at Teurlings Catholic. Coach Chaponche says the defense is ahead of his offense at this point, and they'll have to try to stop this Wrecking Rams offense. Christian Booty has been a really good senior player for them. Bradley Boudreaux was a second-team all-district defensive player a season ago. All new starters in the defensive secondary, but Coach Chaponche thinks they're actually better in the defensive backfield this year than they were last year. And we have a whistle, and I think we have a timeout. So a timeout on the field. And with Acadiana facing 3rd down and long, they'll discuss it. This is the Kiwanis Club of Lafayette.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge. It's not just the capital city, it's the hub of all things Louisiana. Find out more about all the Red Stick has to offer at visitbatonrouge.com.
Here in Louisiana, we play to win every single game. Under John Bell Edwards, our economy ranks dead last in America.
Eddie Risponi will win back lost jobs, reverse the Edwards tax hikes, and blitz trial lawyer control and corruption.
Louisiana shouldn't settle for last place in anything. I'm Eddie Risponi. First is where we belong. It's time to lead the South in football and in jobs.
Eddie Risponi for governor.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups are brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone. Stronger, faster, better. Choose Peak.
There you take a look at second-year head coach Matt McCall for the Acadiana Wrecking Rams, who were 11-2 last year. They've won 11 games at least in 3 of their last 5 seasons. 3rd down and long, and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Great tackle again. R.J. Tripp has made his presence known.
Well, note to the Wrecking Rams, somebody's going to have to block 45 Tripp. This is the second time he's gotten in the backfield and really just caused havoc back there when he gets there. Sure tackler, good tackle in the open field, and R.J. Tripp is having a good first half here.
Out to punt now for Acadiana. This will be Landon Guidry.
Opportunity for Teurlings to get a real good field possession here.
And that looks to be Coleman Bond, ready to return for Teurlings Catholic, standing at his own 45. Fair catch, and he takes it at the 48. Let's take a look at our key players in this game. Actually, excuse me, our keys to the game. My fault. Keys to the game.
Yeah, for Teurlings Catholic, they want to just focus on the fundamentals. Shaponche really has been preaching that in the offseason, and then trying to get some of those chunk plays on offense, just some big yardage on offense. And then for Acadiana, they want to use this jamboree to really get ready for week 1 and want to see if they can adjust mid-game to some of the things Teurlings Catholic is presenting them with.
Coming off a losing season as Teurlings, they were 4-7 last year and lost to Parkview Baptist in the opening round of the playoffs. Sammy LeBlanc winds up into double coverage, and it's too far for the defenders and the wide receiver that was there running down the field. That was Devin Chavis. But there's not been too many times that there's been a losing season at Teurlings.
No, this is a good program, and really I think they've got the key ingredients this year to put it together. Sammy LeBlanc put on a little bit weight, put some muscle on. I think he's a really good passer of the football, and I think they've got some key receivers out there to complement him.
It was their first losing season in a decade as LeBlanc delivers a pass here that's caught. And quickly brought down was Noah Fatno, gain of about 4 or 5. They had 4 games last year where they lost when they either had a lead in the second half or were within a touchdown in the fourth quarter. So Coach Shaponche, they paid a little bit more attention to detail in the offseason, and they hope that attention to detail will carry over here to the regular season. Look out. Ball carrier gets smacked behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by Acadiana's defense to get in the backfield and shut down Larkin Spring before he can get going.
Well, no hesitation this time by Coach Shaponche. They are putting the punt team on the field. And again, I really think with that little delayed draw there, he was thinking 4-down territory. Let's see if I don't pick it up, let's get in 3rd and short. And they actually lost yardage on the play. And another quick series there, 3 and out for Teurlings Catholic.
Good punt here. Ben Tate, a left footer, and then the fair catch is called at the 13-yard line, and the Wrecking Rams will start right there. Our only score so far, the kickoff was returned for a touchdown. The opening kickoff, as you take a look at Dane Shaponche in his 3rd season, 11-12 at Teurlings before he was coaching at Opelousas Catholic. But the last couple of times they've had losing seasons, they've had rebounds.
Yeah.
1998, they were 5-6. And in 2009, they were 4-6. That 2009 and 2010, they rebounded and went 10-4, and they made it to the semifinals. I believe that's the year they lost to Carr. As you take a look at Dane, the son of Sonny Shaponche, who is the athletic director still at Teurlings. But you get the sense after talking to Dane that they feel that
this could be
a good year.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a senior quarterback, they got some skill position players. You can tell they can play some hard-nosed defense already in this game. On the carry here, this is Lucky Brooks, and he's got the first down for the Wrecking Rams. It is just so tough to stop this split back veer offense. I mean,
yeah, that's there.
You watch how quick it is. That's the amazing thing about it. And the offensive linemen, when they fire off the ball, they are so low, and the running backs get low.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for a defender to figure out who has the ball to begin with, and plus they're getting blocked right in the midsection.
Well, and it's hard to prepare for this type of offense because you just don't see it. It's sort of one of a kind here in the Louisiana area, and you mentioned the way that offensive line, the scheme is so quick. I mean, they're hitting their block so quick, and it happens so fast back there that you really have to key in on a lot of your assignments.
Again, throughout the football season, check out yearview.com. You can take a look at the highlights of previous games. There's these stories on teams that we're covering, along with a preview of the upcoming week's matchups. That's at yourview.com. Wrecking Rams operating here from their own 28-yard line after the fumble on the snap, and it's going to be Rebels football. A gift right there. Falling on top of it was Peyton Godchow, and the Rebels have excellent field position now.
Well, these are the things that if they happen, you want them to happen in the Jamboree. You come out a little rusty, and here, I just think mishandling the football. I didn't see really a hand or a helmet come in there. I just think kind of mishandled the football. Let's see a better look here. Good, yeah, just mishandled the snap, and great opportunity now for Teurlings Catholic, flipping the field, turnover.
Looked like he came out of the center a little bit too early. Rebels, third drive of the night. From the 27 of Acadiana, LeBlanc, little razzle-dazzle here as they run a reverse to Devin Chavis, but man, the Wrecking Rams are so fast on defense. They cover that play from sideline to sideline. Derek Percier, along with Jermaine Paris, in on the tackle, and no gain.
And they're going to have to put a new quarterback in. I believe Sammy LeBlanc's helmet came off on that reverse. And honestly, I think they were setting up to throw the football. I think it was going to be a reverse, then a pass, and it just broke down and had to play it safe at that point.
Yeah, so the new Teurlings quarterback is Tanner Reed, I believe. They got two number 17s. Here's Larkin Spring on the delay. Spring breaking a couple of tackles before he is hit and brought back at the 18-yard line. But finally, Larkin Spring, who has the ability to make some defenders miss, he made a miss there.
Yeah, well, we saw he had a great opening return, and then just really reading that good vision in there, hitting the hole, and a good job holding on to that football with a big hit at the end.
LeBlanc back out there, but again, the Acadiana defense getting in the backfield. Cameron George, one of the defenders there. Decision
time. Looks like they're not going to hesitate. They're maybe sending the kicker out on the field. Looks like looks like they're going to set up for a field goal here. Appears to be about a 36-yarder, Jeff.
Ian Judas is the kicker. Had a great camp, according to Coach Chaponche. And heading to the uprights, and that is good. Nicely executed there for Teurlings. They take advantage of the turnover, and they get 3 points on the board. 6-3 our score, 3:47 before halftime.
When I tore my ACL, I didn't think I'd ever be able to play soccer again. My doctor told me how important physical therapy would be, so I chose Peak. I'm glad I did. Now I'm stronger, faster, better than ever. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Exercising is my life, so when I had to stop because of my foot and ankle pain, I was absolutely devastated. I chose Peak, and they taught me how to relieve the pain. They really do bring out the athlete in everyone. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Here you look at some of the St. Martinville fans that are waiting. They will be playing St. Thomas More later tonight. But first, we got Acadiana and Teurlings Catholic with the Wrecking Rams leading the Rebels 6-3. Eden Judas has the ball teed up after connecting on the 36-yard field goal. Last time Acadiana returned the kick for a touchdown. And getting another opportunity, it's Dylan Monette. Monette showing a lot of moves. He runs a long way to get to the 27-yard line.
A late flag here.
And there's a helmet on the field as well.
And I tell you what, if I'm Chaponche, I'm telling Judice, kick it anywhere but to number one.
Good practice, though. Good practice for them to try to bring down the 5'7"
But the best defense against number one is don't put it in his hands. That's what I would practice, kicking away from him.
23 white, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, if I got a sky kick or a pooch kick, if he can't hit the end zone, that's what I would focus on. I've seen enough of him.
Warm night here on Cajun Field.
We got better helmets than that.
And Coach Chaponche not happy in the fact that
just fly off.
he didn't think it's a 15-yard penalty, and his team is getting hit for a 15-yard penalty because a helmet for an Acadiana player came off, and he feels like it came off rather easily. So good field position here for the Wrecking Rams. And Keontae Williams, who did not play in the quarterfinals last year in that loss to Zachary. He had a concussion the week before. And they hand it off to Monette. Monette, man, how fast is this young man? Woo. And he gets it all the way up to the 36-yard line.
Man, he burns up a lot of real estate in a hurry. And not a tall guy, but powerful and shifty, and I tell you what, got great speed.
Good block too by Lucky Brooks, his backfield mate. He runs the 100 in 10.5. He's been clocked as fast as 4.3 in the 40.
That's around your personal best, huh,
exactly,
Jeff?
Exactly, in the 20. I run about a 4.3.
On my motorcycle,
Handoff, nothing happened there. And Dylan Monette, if we could talk a little bit more about him, I like the shoes too. He has got a chance to become the all-time leading rusher in Acadiana history.
Yeah, break old Allie Broussard. A lot of people know that name from
for sure
from LSU, and he was a powerful runner.
He was a great running back until he got that knee injury. Remember, Allie Broussard set the single game rushing record, had 250 yards in a game against Ole Miss in 2004. Then had a devastating knee injury and never really was the same after that. Lucky Brooks on the carry to the 25-yard line. Brooks is a 5'9" senior. He's gotten faster this year, and he is built 205 pounds.
You know, you kind of talk about the teams out there that have thunder and lightning. Well, this is their version of it. That's the power back, and then of course Monette brings the burst and the speed on the outside. That's going to be a heck of a tandem to deal with this year.
Oh, for sure. Now Monette needs 1,803 yards to break Allie Broussard's school record. So far for his career, he's got 3,500 yards rushing. Of course, the stats in this game do not count towards that. But a long run for Acadiana in the playoffs. I mean, if they end up playing 15 games, I would think this kid can average 115 yards a game to get to that record.
Yeah, and that's within reach. And, you know, I'm sure he'll have some big games where he goes over the 200-yard marker.
Let's go, Jackson.
We'll see this Acadiana team in week 2 against Ruston. Keontae Williams, who's underneath center here, rolling out, will throw over the middle. Nice adjustment on the ball and down inside the 4-yard line. Nicely done. Who says Acadiana can't throw? That's Josh McDaniel, a former offensive lineman who's playing tight end, and that's a 21-yard pass play.
It wasn't the prettiest of spirals, but it was effective. It got out there.
Yeah, if there was a shotgun around here, that ball would have been blown up. That was a wounded duck.
Yeah, behind him, but I tell you what, when you get that running game going, you just got to get it out there in space. They're going to create some holes.
First and goal at the 4, and nice job that time by Teurlings. I think that's David Bernard there defensively. Bring up second and goal inside the red zone here. It will be the Farm Bureau Insurance red zone.
Well, and Acadiana does not have any timeout, so they got to kind of manage the clock here. It's
37 seconds.
Wind it down, and gonna have to move pretty quickly.
Big hit near the goal line. Did he get into the end zone?
Wow, they called him down. They're gonna have to hustle here.
On the carry that time was Tyven Zeno, who's looked good in the preseason.
They say they have a timeout. Maybe our kicker there was not right, but obviously that's why they ran the football there.
That's R.J. Tripp on another tackle. He ends up in the end zone. Hard to tell where his knee came down and where the ball was at that point. Matt McCullough, the head coach for Acadiana, taking over for a Hall of Fame coach. He was named the head coach of the Wrecking Rams in April of 2018. Former Acadiana quarterback. He was an assistant for 3 seasons before he became the head coach. His dad, Scott, was an assistant football coach and head baseball coach. Matt McCullough has already been a Class 5A Coach of the Year. He did that in baseball.
Baseball, yeah. 2016,
he took the Wrecking Rams on a deep postseason run, and he played baseball at Southeastern. "20 seconds on the clock here. 3rd and goal from inside the 1. Manette tried to leap, and Acadiana or Teurlings met him.
Now you got problems because the clock is going to continue to run here. They got to get up to the line. Hopefully they had 2 plays called.
Timeout called by Teurlings with 4 seconds left.
I don't know.
Well, I think Acadiana was ready to snap the ball. I think
they were still looking a little confused and didn't get a chance to huddle up. I may have let that play out. Good stop there, good penetration. Man, yeah, here you go. Just another good look at it. Good penetration, good tackle there. Wrapping up, not allowing him to get his momentum going, but I don't know, Jeff. I kind of like the odds of letting that play out at the end. There's a lot of confusion now, and you give Acadiana a chance to kind of dial up a special play here from the half-yard line, if that.
That was just a great effort there by the Rebels. Jackson Andrepont, one of the guys there defensively. So 4 seconds left. Wrecking Rams up by 3. And the ball is inside the 1-yard line. This would be some kind of goal line stand.
Yeah, and look, they've been going right up the middle here, so I wouldn't be shocked if this time they may let Williams fake it and carry it in himself.
Full house backfield here for Acadiana. Keeping it was Williams into the end zone.
I kind of figured that may be what they did there, and they'd been running right up, and this time instead of going straight dive, kind of faked it off there and let him run around, find a little softening there. Yep, walked right in. Good call, good play.
After missing the extra point on their first touchdown of the night, the Wrecking Rams now will go for 2. You'll have Manette and Zeno in the backfield. Williams pitches it to Zeno, and he's into the end zone for 2. And the Wrecking Rams lead Teurlings 14-3 as the 2 teams now will take a break for halftime. Acadiana scored on the first play of the game, and they score on the last play of the first half, and they lead it by 11. This is Game Time on Your View, Louisiana.
Here in Louisiana, we play to win every single game. Under John Bell Edwards, our economy ranks dead last in America.
Eddie Risponi will win back lost jobs, reverse the Edwards tax hikes, and blitz trial lawyer control and corruption.
Louisiana shouldn't settle for last place in anything. I'm Eddie Risponi. First is where we belong. It's time to lead the South in football and in jobs.
Eddie Risponi for governor.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
At halftime, Acadiana leading Teurlings Catholic 14-3. Let's quickly go down to the field. Kate Adams has Matt McCullough.
Coach, obviously your team is off to a great start. Your team runs a split back veer offense. Tell me how that's helped your team so far tonight.
Well, we've been running for a long time, and the goal is to get off the ball and be able to run the football. I thought Teurlings did a pretty good job the first series. We were able to get a little bit in that second series, but we still got to get a little better.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Dylan Monette. He's committed to Army, but before this game tonight, he was only 1,800 yards from being your school's leading rusher. What have you seen from him so far tonight, and what else do you want to see moving forward with the rest of the night?
He's a special kid, man. He's worked his tail off in the off season. He's been good for us for 3 years. This is his 4th year playing a bunch, and he made a good kickoff return. He made some good runs. He's done that for a long time for us.
What will be your message to the team at the half?
Well, we got to be a little bit. I thought we didn't do a real good job coming off the ball in that half. We made a few mistakes. We dropped one on the ground, so we got to clean some things up.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
Right, thank you.
So Acadiana will discuss some halftime adjustments. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from the school leaders of these respective schools on Your View, Louisiana.
Game Time Halftime is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto, homeowners, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people. Visit Baton Rouge. It's not just the capital city, it's the hub of all things Louisiana. Find out more about all the Red Stick has to offer at visitbatonrouge.com. ITI Technical College, your key to a better life. And by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better.
Oh, I've had back pain now and then, but it got so bad I couldn't even bend over. I didn't want to resort to pain pills, so I chose Peak, hoping they could relieve the pain. They got me active again. I even lost weight. I believe in better. I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my blues mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
I spent years suffering from knee pain, so I decided to have replacement surgery. My doctor did a great job, and he allowed me to choose Peak for my PT. I should have done this a long time ago. I'm so glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Halftime of Game 2 of our triple header on Your View, Louisiana. The Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree has Acadiana leading Teurlings Catholic 14-3. Back down to the field, and Kate Adams.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. David Lejeune here with me. Now, you told me before we started the interview you wanted to give a special shout out, so I'll let you go ahead and do that now.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate the Queen. She's Acadiana High Wrecking Ram, and we're very, very proud to have her as the Kiwanis Queen.
Well, we are very proud to have her as well, but another exciting thing happening at your school this year. This is your school's 50th anniversary, so tell me a little bit about the plans that your school has for this anniversary.
Yeah, we opened the doors in 1969. They consolidated Teurlings and Judy. I'm sorry, Coach. They consolidated Scott and Judice, and we're going to try to bring in as many alumni as we can and honor them at halftime of our football games, our basketball games, and our baseball stuff this year.
Well, what a special thing to celebrate, but I want to talk about your team a little bit. You've got a stud running back in Dylan Monette, but also Acadiana Wrecking Rams are really picked to be a Class 5A favorite. So just tell me what you expect to see from your team this year.
Just the same thing that we've always been doing. You know, we play hard. We do what Acadiana does, and you know, we try to play Acadiana football and, you know, out physical people, and, you know, at the end of the game, we look up at the scoreboard and, you know, see how we did.
Thanks so much, David. All right, now I'm going to turn things over to Teurlings Catholic Principal Mike Boyer. Mike, you told me something interesting right before we came in. You said you're currently surveying students, and what are you surveying them on? Or not students, but surveying people on what?
Well, we've grown tremendously over the last few years, and we have outgrown our gymnasium. So we're in a feasibility study right now to see if the climate's right to try to build a gymnasium that could hold our student body.
Well, you're probably going to have to find a really big one, because you told me that this is the biggest freshman class that you guys has ever had. Tell me a little bit more.
Well, no comparison to the size of David's classes, but 222 freshmen we had this year, and our enrollment is increasing, and that's a good thing in the market that we have around here, because there are a lot of choices of quality education. But we've had a great start of a school year. We're really excited. We already had our senior retreat, which is an overnight retreat that they spend their time on, and that class has come together. So we're looking for some great things to happen this year.
And what are you most excited about for this season?
Well, I mean, we had a losing season last year, first time in many years, and the boys have been working extremely hard. And if you take away the opening kickoff here, we're in a one-touchdown game with a leading contender in 5A football. Our defense is playing really well, and we've got some seasoned veterans that have stepped up this year, and we're looking for some really good things in what is arguably the toughest 4A district in the state.
Well, best of luck this season, and thanks so much, Mike.
Well, thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kate. Teurlings Catholic and Acadiana catching their breath here at halftime, where the Wrecking Rams lead the Rebels 14-3. We'll take a look at our first half highlights when we come back.
Welcome to Monogram Express, a unique embroidery boutique specializing in personalized and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. Gifts for babies, children, ladies, and even men, we have you covered. Equipped with state-of-the-art embroidery machines, along with an experienced client-focused staff serving you 6 days a week. Check out the area's largest selection of letters, designs, and thread colors. We're your one-stop embroidery shop, handling personal, corporate, team, and school logos, and you're welcome to bring in your own items. Conveniently located at 2109 Veterans. Monogram Express makes your ordinary gifts extraordinary.
Attention to detail makes the world go round. At Baker Printing, our approach to the printing business is very simple. Treat it as if it were your own. That's not always an easy job, but it comes from the top down in our company. We thrive on the unique jobs. Bottom line, we take care of our customers' projects as if they were our very own. At Baker Printing, attention to detail makes our world go round.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Senior Medicare Patrol is a federally funded program of the Administration for Community Living. In Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, and Wisconsin, Senior Medicare Patrol is sponsored by EQ Health Solutions. Our mission is to empower and assist Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report healthcare fraud, errors, and abuse through outreach, counseling, and education. You should also call 877-272-8720 or visit stopmedicarefraud.org for more information.
14-3 is our score at halftime, as Acadiana leading Teurlings Catholic, as we are broadcasting tonight from the Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree. It is the start of our 2019 schedule here on Yearview, and we got a great schedule for you. Let's take a look at our first half of games as we look forward to another great season on Yearview, Louisiana.
That's one complimentary fleur-de-lis shrimp with the presentation of your ticket stub at the Lafayette location of Drago's.
Our 2019 game time schedule features 5 teams that played in the Big Championship game last season. The first of those 5 teams is in our season opener as two-time champions in Division 4, the Lafayette Christian Knights host the Westgate Tigers, who feature one of the state's top prospects. It'll be our first trip to LCA, who has moved up to Class 2A and will play for the Division III championship this year. The Knights have a couple of prospects in Sage Ryan, who impacts the game on offense as a receiver, as a defensive back, and punt returner. The Knights also feature Raging Cajuns commitment Errol Rogers, who caught 8 touchdown passes last season. Westgate has the top receiver in the state, LSU commitment Kayshawn Booty, who had over 1,200 yards from scrimmage and 16 total touchdowns. Booty is Batman in this offense, and Kansas State commitment McHolven's son is Robin. Son also can get separation from his defender, and last year he had over 700 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. In week 2, it's North versus South Louisiana as the Ruston Bearcats visit Cajun country to take on the Acadiana Wrecking Rams. Acadiana reached the quarterfinals last season under first-year coach Matt McCullough. Acadiana always has a strong running game with their split-back veer offense, and this year it's led by Dylan Monette. On defense, linebacker Derek Bercier will deliver bone-crushing hits. The Ruston Bearcats also reached the quarterfinals last season, and they returned standout receiver Camden Crow, who this year will be catching passes from Jaden Procell, a transfer from North DeSoto. The Ruston offense also features senior Marcus Harris and DeAndre Griffin, who rushed for 10 touchdowns last season. On defense, Ruston has Jeraylin Burks on the defensive line, linebacker Jordan Williams, and Tyler Mansfield, who picked off 4 passes last season. In week 3, we head north of the capital city to West Feliciana, where the Saints showed some tremendous improvement during the 2018 season and made the playoffs again after winning the title in 2017. West Feliciana returns starting quarterback Bennett Clement, and this Saints squad features a couple of two-way standouts in Robert Smith and Jackson Fazio. The Live Oak Eagles are led by Brett Beard, and the Eagles are coming off another postseason appearance in 5A. Live Oak features one of the best defensive linemen in the state, LSU commitment Jalen Lee, who had 6.5 sacks last season. On offense, the Eagles will look to run the ball with seniors Key Hawkins and Hagan Long. Hawkins is a 1,000-yard rusher who had 11 touchdowns last season. In week 4, Game Time checks in with Denham Springs. The Yellow Jackets feature one of the better quarterbacks in the area in Luke Lunsford, who has a strong arm and good feet. Last season, he threw for 2,600 yards and 27 touchdowns and helped Denham reach the second round of the playoffs, where they nearly upset Acadiana. Week 4, we'll see if the Yellow Jackets can sting the Assumption Mustangs. Assumption won 9 games last season and reached the second round of the playoffs. Coach Anthony Payne will have 6'3" Landon Hebert direct the offense, which will feature 200-pound running back Tyron Cassie. Bo Dillette leads what is expected to be a tough defense. Our Week 5 matchup on October 4th features 2 teams who reached the Dome last season and are among the favorites to win their divisions this season, as the Catholic High Bears head over the Atchafalaya Basin to face the St. Thomas More Cougars. STM is led by quarterback Caleb Holstein, who threw for 3,854 yards and 47 touchdowns last year. But if you pay too much attention to Holstein, 5'5" running back Noah Frederick can beat you with his 4.5 speed. A very stingy Bears defense will try to slow down a Cougars offense that averaged nearly 60 points a game last season. Catholic returns defensive backs Bo Bacchus, who was the MVP in last year's Division I title game for Catholic, and defensive lineman Connor Finney-Kane, who is a fierce competitor. Catholic has a first-year starter at QB in Jackson Thomas, but the team's top rushers are back in Josh Parker, Jake Outlaw, and Braylon Morgan. That's the first half of the Game Time 2019 schedule. As you can tell, we got a loaded schedule coming up for you this season on Your View, Louisiana, as the Acadiana Wrecking Rams here tonight, leading Teurlings Catholic 14-3. Both teams have completed their warm-ups to get ready for the second half, and we are just moments away from the start of action. Let's take a look at statistics from this first half, and if it wasn't for a turnover there, the Rebels probably would not be on the board. They have not been able to do much offensively, and Acadiana finally got something going for them on offense towards the end of that first half.
Yeah, and a lot of teams like to get the pass game going by running the football, but You know, Teurlings Catholic is really got to work on getting their passing game going. That's how they get their running game going, is just the opposite, by getting that pass game going. And if they don't get that together, it's going to be a long night or a long second half for them.
Well, Acadiana so good on defense, led by their defensive coordinator, Kyle Sebald. They only allowed 235 yards of total offense last year as that ball gets into the end zone for an automatic touchback. So let's see what kind of adjustments the Rebels made and see if they can't move the ball. 5 rushes for 4 yards in the first half for Teurlings Catholic. That's not going to cut it.
No, and again, that's because their pass game wasn't working. And, you know, if they can hit these little quick routes, they like to run high tempo, get the short passing game going, and then that begins to open up some of those holes in the middle of the field. You know, these spread teams, they like quick tempo, and then they can begin to hit some of those hitters up the middle.
Sammy LeBlanc getting everybody situated. Couple men in motion in the backfield here for LeBlanc and the Rebels. LeBlanc rolling to his right, under pressure, dropped.
Got to catch that one.
Devin Chavis had that ball in his hands, could not make the grab. LeBlanc completed 52% of his passes last year.
Yeah, when you're struggling offensively and see a quarterback there being able to deliver a catchable ball, you gotta have that on first down.
Coach Aponche knew that his young offensive line may take some licks in this game against Acadiana, and that has certainly been the case here as the Wrecking Rams have dominated the line of scrimmage. Run right up the middle here. Spring will carry a tackler for a yard or two. That gets him to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. Bringing up 3rd down and 5, coming off the bottom of that pile for the Wrecking Rams. That was Theos Figueroa. And they're expecting a big season from Theos, who has a motor that certainly does not stop on that Acadiana defensive line. 3rd and 5. Quick swing pass to Spring. Can he get to the first down marker? Very close. Good job getting there, Jeremiah Brown, who's just a sophomore, a strong safety.
They gave it to him, yep.
And it is enough for a first down. First down of the night for Teurlings Catholic.
And that's going to hopefully kind of be the catalyst to get this offense going. Always good to be able to get your first down, and well-designed play. Having trouble handling the pressure up the middle and just dumps it out in the flat to the running back.
From the 30-yard line, the delay to Spring. Spring cannot shake that first tackler. And he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Coming up and making the initial hit there was Caleb Arsenault. Spring last year, just 5 carries for 7 yards. Now the feature running back in this Rebels offense.
Looks like he needs a belt too there, buddy. Losing his pants.
Want to be balanced as this Teurling team, but they got a lot of receivers to throw to. Screen set up nicely here. First down and more. Spring into Acadiana territory. Biggest offensive play of the night for the Rebels.
Well, and when Acadiana is getting upfield pressure and getting there fast, the way you slow it down are some of these little dinks and dunks to the running back. We saw them pick up their first down doing that, bringing it back out of the backfield. Another way to do that is with screens, and another good design play there.
That was 31 yards on that play. This time only a couple of yards. Initial hit there by Zaya Adams for the Acadiana Wrecking Rams as Spring. He's going to need to get some oxygen here. He's seen the ball a lot here early on in this second half. No gain. 2nd down and 10 now for the Rebels. In motion is Chavis. Spring gets it. I don't think he's got much spring in his step anymore.
No,
he needs a blow. So 3rd down and 10. They run this up-tempo offense. Tyrick Gary came into the game now for Teurlings, and Spring is going to get that breather.
Yeah, he needs a blow. He didn't hit that hole very hard there, and you can tell he's out of gas.
3rd down and 7. Gary, though, you look at him, the sophomore, number 10 there. He looks like he's going to be a great player for the Rebels. LeBlanc feels the pressure, gets rid of it, incomplete.
Well, that's a good job by LeBlanc, just getting that ball away. But again, just unable to slow down the pressure from the defensive linemen of Acadiana.
I mean, they have been in the backfield quickly. LeBlanc has not had much time to throw. Teurlings will go for it, it appears, here on 4th down and 7 from the Wrecking Rams 37-yard line. Spring in motion out of the backfield. LeBlanc fires one, caught, first down. Inside the 15, Chavis, who dropped one earlier on this drive, makes up for it there. A big 4th down pickup for Teurlings.
Now, the brilliance of this play by Samuel LeBlanc, just watch him. He feels the pressure, and he drifts just a little bit to create enough time, and that was the brilliance there by Samuel LeBlanc. He saw the defender coming out of the corner of his eye and drifted enough, kept his eyes down the field, and delivered a strike.
21-yard pass play, and then they go back to the ground and only a yard or two, as they have made their way inside the ITI Technical College red zone on the opening drive of the second half.
Those are the type of plays they're expecting from their leader at quarterback, and just threw a strike there.
From the 14 now. And nothing doing there. Acadiana continues to blow up the line of scrimmage, getting into the backfield. They gave the ball to Gary, but he got brought down right away by Cameron George. Bring up 3rd down and long here as you take a look at Cameron George, a 6'1", 230-pound junior. Also on that defensive line, number 95, Jason Prejean, who missed most of last year with an injury. He's a good player on that line. LeBlanc's got time this time, and that time he missed his receiver, Connor Mason.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key here. Just a quick 2-step drop, and man, he had him there. Quick slant, and he knows it. And you can see him kind of pointing to himself. That's a ball that he's got to deliver accurately.
Now he'll handle the hold here for Ian Judice, who's already made a 36-yard field goal. And this one will be from about 33 yards. Again, pretty much straight on here for Judice, who's a senior. High snap, they get it down, and they get it through the uprights. Making a one-possession game here for Teurlings. Couple field goals for Ian Judice.
Remaining in the second half, the score, Acadiana Wrecking Rams 13. Teurlings Catholic Rebels.
So 8:01 left to go in this one. We got one more game to come up. St. Martinville against St. Thomas More. And we'll get to see Acadiana's offense on the field here for the first time in this second half.
Well, and you see the high fives there for Judice. They're really expecting big things out of him, and right now he's keeping his team in the game, as you mentioned. Being able to hit on those 2 key field goals, it keeps it a one-possession game. Now the charge is going to be with the defense, seeing if they can slow this Wrecking Ram offense down. And you want to start by not kicking it to number 1, Jeff. Yeah. Just get the sense, even if he doesn't bring it to the house, he's going to give his team real good starting field position.
Ian Judice has it teed up. And they go to Monette again, but this time it's going to get into the end zone.
I think that's what he's been trying to do, is kick it back there in the end zone, but came up a little short. It's burned him a couple times.
Dylan Monette, the 93-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff of this jamboree. He also had 4 carries for 24 yards. Lucky Brooks, 6 carries for 27 yards. And the Wrecking Rams will begin this drive at their own 20-yard line. Keontae Williams on 4th and goal had the other score for Acadiana, a touchdown on the final play of the first half. From the 20, Play action fake.
Oh, wow, wide open.
Wide open is right, and in stride.
Goodbye.
And that's going to be a touchdown for the Wrecking Rams. Julian Arsenault got behind the defense. And the Wrecking Rams quickly get on the board again. It's 20-6.
Well, and this is what Acadiana will do to you, much like Notre Dame we saw in the first game. They just kind of lull you to sleep. They started to get that running game going in the first half, and when you begin to respect that running game and start bringing more numbers in the box, boom, that's when they release a receiver and dial up the big play, and good execution there. Hit a wide open receiver, able to take it to the house.
Extra point try coming up here for Landon Guidry, and there are flags all over the place.
Good look at Arsenault there, and showed good speed.
Start 74 green.
Arsenault showed good speed after he caught that football because he was able to create some separation.
The Acadiana Wrecking Rams looking to win their first state championship since 2014. Ted Davidson made this a 5A power. They won their first state title in 2006. Won again in 2010, 2013. They went back-to-back in 13 and 14. Max Preps recently named Acadiana the 5th most dominant high school football program in Louisiana over the last decade. Coming off an 11-2 campaign a season ago.
Oh, man.
The extra point try is no good for the second time tonight.
Yeah.
Landon Guidry has missed a field goal or an extra point try.
Yeah, they have to clean that up, or at least take off the fluorescent shoes, something.
Touchdown run and then a touchdown pass here. Keontae Williams.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
There's the look at Matt McCullough, and his offense has been rolling here the last couple of drives, and they've built a 14-point lead over Teurlings Catholic.
That's why they have Compete to Connect, a discounted internet program that provides
Landon Guidry has it teed up. As you take a look at the ITI Technical College scoring drive, one play, 80 yards on their first play from scrimmage in the second half. Good end-over-end kick here, and it gets into the end zone.
Man, if he'd kick his extra points like his kickoffs, in good shape.
From the 20-yard line, Teurlings will start. Teurlings has yet to find the end zone here tonight. A couple of field goals for them by Ian Judice.
Seat 2. You're the lucky winner.
Well, right now, Cox Communications is proud to support the Kiwanis Jamboree, and we're committed to making sure children have all the tools they need to compete in a digital world. That's why we have Connect to Compete, a discounted internet program that provides Wi-Fi to qualifying families for under $10 per month. For more information, go to cox.com. And now we just presented one lucky person here at the game with a free Chromebook. And that lady right there is getting a free Chromebook. She's sitting in section D, row 1, seat 3. She's the lucky winner of a free Chromebook from Cox Communications. Congratulations to her.
Man, my son just asked me for one of those Chromebooks. I should have came to the game tonight. You might have had a chance to win it.
Well, that's great. Great job by Aquinas and also by Cox Communications. There was a penalty on a pass downfield. I think it was pass interference.
Well, TC needs something positive to happen for him, and got a pass interference call. Let's see if they can get this passing game going. Connected a few times on the last series.
LeBlanc winding up again, going deep. Coleman Bond makes the grab.
Great catch.
Right at the 28-yard line.
Now is where they're going to want to go quick. See, this is, you get this going and they feel like they can get their running game going. You see how fast TC gets down the field and gets over the ball, and watch, they're ready to snap it again.
36 yards as Coleman Bond beats Kennedy Pierre here.
What a great toss here. I mean, you can see Sammy LeBlanc can really spin it. You see that ball spiraling in the air. He's got great mechanics and can really hum the football.
LeBlanc going to work again over the middle.
He's starting to feel it now.
Coleman Bond again. No, he did not catch that one.
Man, he placed that ball perfectly. That's 2 drops now, you know. In order to get this passing game going, your receivers have to come up with those.
Coleman Bond, a guy that's been developing, getting stronger and faster, but had a drop right there. And at the 29-yard line now, it'll be 2nd down and 10 here for Teurlings.
And see, they want to play fast. You hit that big pass and you come back, hit a slant. They would have been in their rhythm. You miss that catch there, and it kind of slows your offense up.
LeBlanc zips another one, and that's complete, and hanging on to it that time was Devin Chavis. He was hit right away as LaTerrence Welch was there defensively. And it's 3rd down and less than a yard right now for the Rebels. They have not had much success running the football, but LeBlanc is, and now we got offsides.
Got him. See, they're back in their rhythm, their tempo. Good things will happen for them, and Acadiana starts to breathe a little harder on that defensive line. They're working faster. And they say as the legs go, the mind goes, and had a flag there, jumped too early.
So now 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Again, inside the ITI Technical College red zone. Spring in motion. LeBlanc throws to the end zone, incomplete. Just needed to wait a little bit longer there. He had plenty of time to throw it. I mean, the rush was coming, but he just needed to hold off a little bit to get the ball there to Julian Guy.
Yeah, and I don't think those routes were run exactly how they should have been drawn up there. Should have taken that route more to the corner of the end zone, and you could see LeBlanc kind of talking with his receiver. Just didn't have the spacing that was designed for that play.
2nd down. Play action fake over the middle, and a missed tackle to the 1-yard line.
I think they're going to get him with a face mask too.
Julian Guy to catch.
Let's see if they...
I don't think there was a face mask. No penalty flag. 12-yard pass play.
There's a flag in the back of the end zone.
Oh, there it is at the 5-yard line.
Yeah. I think when he went to bring him down, because as soon as...
face mask. It's number 5.
Yeah, as soon as the defensive back went for the tackle, the flag came out. Let's see if we can pick it up. I didn't see it. I just saw the flag come out. Yeah, there it is. And the ref was in the back of the end zone and had a good vantage point on it.
From the 1-yard line, Rebels looking to get in the end zone for the first time. Larkin Spring puts his head down and he gets in there. Touchdown, Rebels.
Well, if you want to know what TC's offense is supposed to look like, you got a good glimpse of it on that drive. They were able to complete passes. And when you can complete those passes in this offense, their tempo picks up, their rhythm picks up, and now they can begin to run the ball a little bit too.
And they gave Sammy LeBlanc more time to throw on that drive. That was the key.
Absolutely right. Yep.
Ian Judice, who's got 2 field goals, will now try his first extra point of the night. Make it a 7-point game. There's a whistle before the kick. No flag. It's an extra point is good. 6:47 left to go. We'll see if the Rebels defense can come up with a stop and get the ball back here. Larkin Spring into the end zone. This is Game Time on Yearview, Louisiana.
Here in Louisiana, we play to win every single game. Under John Bell Edwards, our economy ranks dead last in America.
Eddie Risponi will win back lost jobs, reverse the Edwards tax hikes, and blitz trial lawyer control and corruption.
Louisiana shouldn't settle for last place in anything. I'm Eddie Risponi. First is where we belong. It's time to lead the South in football and in jobs.
Eddie Risponi for governor.
Welcome to Monogram Express, a unique embroidery boutique specializing in personalized and one-of-a-kind gift ideas. Gifts for babies, children, ladies, and even men, we have you covered. Equipped with state-of-the-art embroidery machines, along with an experienced client-focused staff serving you 6 days a week. Check out the area's largest selection of letters, designs, and thread colors. We're your one-stop embroidery shop, handling personal, corporate, team, and school logos, and you're welcome to bring in your own items. Conveniently located at 2109 Veterans. Monogram Express makes your ordinary gifts extraordinary.
Back here at Cajun Field on the campus of University of Louisiana, where Acadiana leading Teurlings 20-13. Jeff Palermo, Jason DeQuire, and Kate Adams down on the sidelines. Glad he could join us for another season of high school football. Cox Cable Channel 4 for our audience on CST. Also yearview.com for those that are streaming our broadcast tonight.
Oh, is the momentum carried him back there?
Oh, they should not have called.
Yep.
I don't know.
Well, that wasn't my net anyway, but
you know, one referee, the referee in the white hat, he was saying, he was rolling the clock. Look at him. He's not calling for a touchback. The guy in your back there did.
He blew the whistle. Yeah.
That's a little. Okay. First down and 10 at the 20. So last time Keontae Williams was underneath center, he lofted an 80-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, one-play drive. They got to see if they can button it down a little bit here and get the ball back.
And good contact in the backfield is right. Jack Judice with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
And see, now you're putting Acadiana in their uncomfortable zone. They obviously like to play ahead of the chains, and here this offense is not really designed to get behind the chain, so it's a great first down defensive play for Teurlings Catholic.
Omari Wiggins, who's a sophomore, had the carry, and he ended up losing a yard and a half. Second and long with that full house backfield there for Acadiana. They run straight ahead, but nothing doing really there, and they'll bring up third down and long. And on the stop that time for the Rebels, David Bernard, the 5'11" senior.
Well, here's where TC's got to say, we have to get off the field right here on third down. If you're going to treat this like a real game situation, 5 minutes left on the clock, got to dial up something to get Acadiana off the field.
We have a hydration timeout with 5:56 left to go in this game. A big third down and 8 coming up for the Wrecking Rams. We'll find out what happens when we come back. This is Game Time on Yearview, Louisiana from Cajun Field in Lafayette.
This throbbing neck pain was so bad it moved to my shoulders and was causing severe headaches. Then a friend suggested I choose Peak. 2 weeks later, the pain was completely gone. So glad I chose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
When I get back to Baton Rouge, I get in my blues mobile and I drive right on down to Partner's Barbecue. And you know what I do? I get me some ribs, all tender too. Some baked beans, some potato salad, some smoked sausage. You got to come on down to Partner's Barbecue, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
My shoulder pain got so bad I couldn't lift anything overhead. So I chose Peak Performance, and I can't believe how much better I am now. Peak really does get you back into the game of life. Choose Peak.
Choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
Third down and 7 here for Acadiana. They're up by a touchdown. Jeff Palermo, Jason DeQuire, and Kate Adams down on the sidelines. The Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree, game 2 of our night. Monette will throw under a lot of pressure here, and he'll look to run, and Williams gets knocked out of bounds, shy of the first down. Keontae Williams, I said that Monette was throwing. It's Keontae Williams who was throwing there, or trying to throw, and he can't get to the first down. And we have a 3 and out, I think, here, unless Acadiana decides to go for it on 4th down, which they may.
Yeah. And
it's 4th and 2.
Keeping the offense out there. I thought Williams may have had a
here
chance
comes the punt team
to pick it up when he was scrambling. But
and they got to hurry up here. There's 14 seconds on the play clock. They need to hurry it up.
But this is clearly the right call. I mean, you may experiment in a jamboree, but in a real game situation, you're up by 7 points. This is the right decision.
Delay game.
Don't have enough players out there.
Delay game. Offense.
Well, if there was any chance they were going to go for it, it is all null now because they're going to back them up. Opportunity for Teurlings Catholic to get the ball right back and with very good field position.
Punting into a little bit of a wind.
Oh, careful.
And a nice job there on the fair catch call. Coming up next, it's going to be St. Martinville and St. Thomas More, as we'll see Fitz and Darrell Wynn's team for St. Martinville, which had a great run last year, and then St. Thomas More, who had a great run last season as well before losing to U High in the state championship game. 114 yards of offense for Teurlings here in the second half.
Yeah, they've really picked it up, and again, it starts with that passing game. That is what they want to do in this offense, is get that ball out quickly.
And they do here again to Spring. Spring gets across the 45 to the 43. Nice positive play on 1st down.
And I really think that play right there, it is what helped catapult this offense. Now that they're getting the ball to the back out of the backfield, it's causing this Acadiana defensive line to kind of play sideline to sideline, whereas they were just penetrating directly up the field and stopping the run.
2nd down and 3. LeBlanc has been in a groove here in the second half. He'll keep it. Runs away from one defender. He's got the 1st down and then runs out of bounds. That is the 8th 1st down for Teurlings. And remember, it took them a long time in this game to get a 1st down.
Well, they're a rhythm offense. You know, it comes and grows. Once they get going, they get in that rhythm, and then things come a little bit easier.
12 seconds on the play clock. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. That's Julian Guy in motion. He'll get it on the jet sweep. And Guy is all the way to the 24-yard line before he was brought down by Dalen Williams.
Well, you're starting to see this playbook open up. We're starting to see the passes out of the backfield, the jet sweeps, and Samuel LeBlanc is tossing it down the field. You're getting to see the full variety of this Teurlings Catholic playbook now. You come on the quick jet sweep, and again, it's forcing these linemen and this defense to run sideline to sideline.
LeBlanc to his right. Oh, that would have been a great catch.
Came out. Boy, I tell you
Julian Guy went after that one with all his might. Could not haul it in, though.
I thought he had it for a second. That would have been a play of the game type catch here. Watch this thing. I mean, he does a full layout. Boom. Wow.
I would have broke my shoulder, collarbone, and torn every ligament trying to do that.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10. 9 of 16 for 120 yards is LeBlanc.
On the screen.
Make it 10 of 17. Nice move there. Another 1st down.
Again, they're using that aggressive pass rush against Acadiana. It's a good adjustment, allowing those guys, they want to get upfield and then come right underneath and flip the screen. Just a great play call there. And kind of using that aggression against Acadiana.
Caden Boulette on the catch and run. Inside the ITI Technical College red zone. Under 4 minutes to go in this jamboree as Teurlings trying to come back from a 2-touchdown deficit. LeBlanc
Oh, man.
Finally, they got to him. It's been a while, and then he loses his helmet. Now he'll have to sit out a play. But he was sacked. Was that Kendrick Richard? I didn't catch the name or the last digit there.
Well, he had his back out in the flat, and he just never turns his head and looks the other way. But he had his guy wide open in the flat that time. That's something he'll see on film tomorrow and realize that could have been an easy touchdown.
Diaz Figaro on the sack. All right, new quarterback in there for Teurlings as LeBlanc has to leave because he loses his helmet. They'll play it safe, hand it off to Spring. Not much happening. That was Tanner Reed, the quarterback. And Cameron George, who's made a couple of nice tackles here tonight, huffing and puffing.
Well, with 2:45 left, I think this is going to be clearly 2 downs here to get the first. It's 3rd down, and they've got to get to about the 3 or 4 yard line in order to pick up another first down.
LeBlanc, screen, and that time it really never develop. Kind of threw it away as Chavis was covered up by a bunch of green jerseys. Boy, are those Acadiana defensive linemen exhausted right now.
Well, it looks like they're going to keep your offense on the field. I mean, your only other option would be to kick a field goal and then try an onside kick, which you would get work at. And it looks like TC is going to call a timeout and talk over their options here.
We'll take a break. We'll find out what happens when we come back. Wrecking Rams, they've led it from the start. This is Yearview, Louisiana. Game time.
Senior Medicare Patrol is a federally funded program of the Administration for Community Living. In Louisiana, Florida, Mississippi, and Wisconsin, Senior Medicare Patrol is sponsored by EQ Health Solutions. Our mission is to empower and assist Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report healthcare fraud, errors, and abuse through outreach, counseling, and education. You should also call 877-272-8720 or visit stopmedicarefraud.org for more information.
Here in Louisiana, we play to win every single game. Under John Bell Edwards, our economy ranks dead last in America.
Eddie Risponi will win back lost jobs, reverse the Edwards tax hikes, and blitz trial lawyer control and corruption.
Louisiana shouldn't settle for last place in anything. I'm Eddie Risponi. First is where we belong. It's time to lead the South in football and in jobs.
Eddie Risponi for governor.
Starter in that defensive secondary, the quarterback of that DB group.
Yeah, here's a look at your replay. I'm not real sure what Sammy LeBlanc was looking at here. There just wasn't anybody I don't know, maybe
I can't imagine they wanted 2 guys running.
Well, there's just nobody. There's 3 Wrecking Rams in the area. Just seems like you need to throw that ball into the end zone and
just throw it up for grabs.
Yeah. And even if it was caught there, it would have been short of the first down.
So now the Wrecking Rams, who have run just 4 plays in the second half, will take over from their own 3-yard line. Keontae Williams, make sure you get the snap in a situation like that. Maybe a yard, that's about it. Teurlings will start using the remaining timeouts they have in the hopes of getting the football back. St. Thomas More and St. Martinville will wrap up our coverage of the 68th Annual Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree. I want to thank the Kiwanis Club for allowing us to bring you this jamboree. There's not many jamborees anymore where you have multiple teams involved. A lot of it has gotten to the point where it's just 2 teams. They get there at 6 o'clock and they try to get out of there by 8 o'clock. So you have very few of these jamborees. Before, we had a lot of jamborees where you had 4 or 6 teams involved, and this one he actually got 12. Because he had 3 games last night. But this is a fun event. It's been a while since we've been over here to do the Kiwanis Club Jamboree. It's probably been about 4 or 5 years, I would say.
Well, it's really well done. Like he's mentioned, the 68th, and you can't tell too well because we're in a college state, but they've got great attendance here. All the teams and supporters are in here. I can see the two teams have their student bases here, and the kids running around on the field back there. So it's a really good atmosphere for Jamboree. Good way to kick off the season.
All right, let's get to the second down play, and then we're going to hear from Kate Adams. Run the football to the left side, a broken tackle, and a lot more. It's going to be a foot race. Tyven Zeno brought down at the 24-yard line. How about that? One missed tackle leads to an 72-yard run.
Well, kind of his own Monette impersonation here, but I tell you what.
Oh, you got to make that tackle.
Yeah, just runs over. And then when he gets to the outside, man, he shows he's got pretty good speed out there, too. They were going to be deep at running back. Acadiana normally is, and you're getting to see their bevy of backs here tonight.
Paxton Martin chased him down, but ended up injuring his knee in the process. So that is the attention being made to him. He is in a lot of pain, too. Oh, boy. We'll take a break. And hopefully when we get back, Paxton Martin is up on his own 2 feet, walking back to the sidelines. Good sign there.
Tonight's Game Time Player of the Game is brought to you by Peak Performance. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone. Stronger, faster, better. Choose Peak. Check out the stories behind the games. Visit yourview.com/Louisiana.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Do you need to say great job, congratulations, or way to go? Crown Trophy on Sherwood Forest Boulevard in Baton Rouge has the trophy, plaque, acrylic, or crystal award you're looking for. Whether it's for your team, business, or church, come to Crown Trophy. We guarantee the highest level of customer service, and there's no charge for rush orders or trophy engraving. We're nationally known and locally owned. Visit us online to view our catalog at www.crowntrophy.com.
Hey, Joe Martin here. You've seen our commercials over the years, and you may be wondering, what's in it for me? Well, ITI Technical College has been selected by Forbes magazine as a top 32-year college. But even more than that, the reason we do this is you. Our tagline is for a better life, and we mean that, for you to be able to have the life you've always dreamed about, to do the things for your family you've always dreamed about. And it can begin here, where we are dedicated to your success, because here at ITI, the reason we do it is you.
Tonight's Game Time Play of the Game is brought to you by Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance, ready to serve you with auto insurance, homeowners insurance, life insurance, and more. Real service, real people.
Good news, Paxton Martin able to walk off on his own power, and then Acadiana's just run a couple of plays here. David Hippolyte, a nice carry. Tyven Zeno, another nice carry, gets it down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, run right up the middle here, and it was pushed back, led by R.J. Tripp for the Rebels, as we're under a minute to go in the second of 3 games here tonight from the 68th annual Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree. Acadiana looks like they're going to come away with the victory. Led it from the first play, a kickoff return for a touchdown by Dylan Monette. Second and goal now from the 2. Williams will get underneath center here. 16 seconds and counting. Looking for the end zone and getting in there. Touchdown, Omari Wiggins. And Acadiana gets back on the scoreboard. They're up by 13. Let's see if they'll try an extra point. They haven't been able to make one yet tonight.
Well, you got to credit this drive to Zeno. If you remember, they were backed up in their near their own end zone, and Zeno was able to break a tackle down there and really put Acadiana in great field position. And from there, it just turned into the usual wreck and ram offense, and they were able to drive the ball smash mouth and get back in the end zone to secure the victory here.
High snap, and the extra point is good. So 1 for 3 tonight for Landon Guidry as you look at Omari Wiggins with just 8 seconds left to go. A lot of running backs. That's what you have to do with the split back veer offense. Obviously, Dylan Monette and Lucky Brooks will be the main 2 guys, but they got Wiggins, they got David Hippolyte, they got Tyven Zeno. So a lot of different guys that they can run the football with, and they can run it with Keontae Williams, too.
That's right. Yeah, in this type of offense, it is the running back who is definitely the feature, and you got to stay loaded at that position, and Acadiana, year in and year out, stays loaded at the running back.
We told you we would see Acadiana in week 2 of the season against the Ruston Bearcats. Teurlings Catholic, they will open up the season against Como, then take on Archbishop Hannon. Opelousas, they'll get Notre Dame on September 27th. Breaux Bridge, Karen Crow, STM, the annual battle on October 18th. We'll face Westgate on the 25th, and then St. Martinville and Northside. Here's the kick from Guidry. 2 players fighting over it, and then they take a knee at the 8-yard line.
What the heck are you doing there?
Not sure that's exactly the result they wanted.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at our play of the game. And a couple of big plays tonight here for Acadiana. But how about the opening kickoff? And Dylan Monette and the 4.3 speed. Once he gets his hands on the ball, look out. Good blocking, too, on that. And Dylan Monette in the pursuit of the all-time school rushing record at Acadiana. Wow. He will be fun to watch during his senior campaign. Looks like Teurlings may just take a knee and get out of here. And did they take it? I guess they took it.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it. Game 2 of our Kiwanis Club of Lafayette Jamboree is over with. And the Acadiana Wrecking Rams, one of the favorites to get to the Dome in Class 5A. Behind Dylan Monette.
Yeah, you see him there. A big reason why they're the favorite, and